Okay, we'll get started. Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Darlene Eisenhart.
Here.
Nate Baum.
Here.
Rich Dimitri.
Here.
Rich Gorse is going to be late. Joe LaFiandra.
Here.
Eric Merritt.
Here.
And myself, Ernie Vandermark. First up is Hudson Valley Flyers. Come on up.
All right. Good evening. How are you today?
We're good. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing all right.
So, did you get Pat's?
I got the copy of this yesterday, read through it. I emailed Elizabeth today, and she said that we would explain a few things tonight, potentially with a redirection to the ZBA, based on the town and how we're looking to go about this.
Correct.
So that's as far as I've gotten.
Right. So we can just review this out loud, I guess. The applicants are requesting modification to the site plan, identify a new cover letter, modernization of special airworthiness certification, basically changing the FAA regulations.
Correct.
That's the only thing changing on the maps.
Right.
Certain restrictions were imposed during the original approval by ZBA. Our attorney has reviewed the matter and replied in a June 2nd email identifying it is suggested that you utilize a 2016 site plan that reflect the current conditions on the site and refer the matter to the ZBA here in the town of Plattekill, seeking relief from the prior restrictions which are out of date with current FAA regulations, which makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Based on Attorney Codisco's email, the planning board should refer this matter to the ZBA for review of the previously imposed restrictions. Code enforcement letter dated June 8, 2006 is attached. It appears the code enforcement officer also referred the project to ZBA. So that's where we're at as far as what this board can do.
Okay.
Is to,
That's a typo. It's 2026.
it's 2026?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a typo.
Yeah, that's just a typo.
So what this board can do, what we were empowered to do at this point is make a motion to refer you directly to ZBA, get you on the agenda over there.
Okay, a couple questions,
Yep.
because the original language was done by the town planning board that made the initial restrictions on the airfield. And the last time we were in here in 2016 regarding this, when we bought the Southland, the initial Plattekill Planning Board minutes for the Hudson Valley Flyers was where these restrictions were added. So where the motion was made by a gentleman named Nelson at the time, made the motion, and it was written for single-engine fixed-wing aircraft not to exceed 185, no nighttime, conducting Monday through Saturday, sunrise to sunset, 7 a.m. to sunset. No flight training will be permitted, and the conduct of the operation would be recreational, non-commercial, not-for-profit by the Hudson Valley Flyers Club or any other organization. The facility would be private. So that's where the language initially came from. And when I spoke with Elizabeth initially, when we started this whole process, it was, we have the 16 map that has no verbiage on it, right? None of the restrictions. So we believe those restrictions were lifted when we came back in 16 and we put that in place. So our initial hope was that it was simply a letter from the town saying that the 16 maps were current. But Elizabeth said, speaking with the chairmen of the various different boards, that it's the 1999 map that's still current and active, not the 16 site plan as amended. So we said, okay, we're going to need to discuss this with the town and figure out how to get from point A to point B. I'm fully able to fill out the application and get kicked over to the ZBA, but when we did this in 2016, we went through the alphabet soup of the town, the planning board, the ZBA, zoning board of appeals, because when we were incorporated, we were put under a recreational zoning, and it was a bucket, all other outdoor recreational activities. In the meantime, between 1999 and now, the town changed their recreational zoning due to noise complaints and stuff from Lembo Lake and the racetrack, and we became what was considered a pre-existing non-conforming entity. Because of that, the zoning board at the time wasn't able to do anything for us. They said, because if you had a piece of property and you said, okay, you gotta have a 50-foot setback, but you're asking for a variance of only 40, they could review that and give a variance. But because you don't have zoning and you're pre-existing non-conforming, there's not a code book for them to go to and say, we can do X, Y, and Z. So that's the only concern I have, because we ended up going through that whole cycle and ended up back at the town board, who eventually approved that map and said, okay, you can do the lot line revision, add the south end property to your existing property, and put the additional hangars and the pavilion on there. So I just want to avoid going through that channel again and running into the same roadblock, because I don't believe anything has changed. And the last I checked, Platico didn't have a zoning for an airport, so I'm not sure how we want to handle that.
The verbiage you just read, we have a copy of it, and it says that was the ZBA conditions from 1999. So they didn't come from us. That verbiage came from the ZBA.
Right, because when we did that, that was what we submitted to them to say, hey, how do we want to zone in conjunction? But the original motion, right, the resolution was at the Platico Planning Board, who wrote the resolution and said, we resolve that, and then wrote the whole thing out.
Do you have any of that?
You guys have what
Everything you
pretty
have
much
is...
you need to have right now, so a little clarification on that.
Yeah, I can hand this to you.
So the ZBA did create those restrictions back in '99. The reason for the alphabet soup is because the planning board has precedence over the site plan, and because the ZBA had their hands in the pot a little bit with their restrictions that they placed, we kind of have to hold hands with them a little bit on this. But it won't be as crazy as you had to do before, because right now all we're doing is changing the verbiage. You guys aren't building anything, right?
No, nothing's
you're
changing on the site.
proposing
It's just
anything.
trying to align the language, because
Right.
there was talk when this first came up about the FAA changing this, because it started a little over a year ago. And they finally,
Mosaic,
and they
right?
finally
That's-
approved it in end of last year. So there was internal discussions in our organization about this 1999 restrictions, whether they're still current or not. So we reached out to the town, we started the conversation, and we were hopeful, like I said, that the 2016 map that we submitted without that restriction on there was current, because that was the last site plan that we had done and gotten approved by the town, that we would be able to utilize that, and simply a letter from the town saying that, yeah, your 16 map is current and there's no restrictions. And we discussed that, and
Right,
you spoke to the
right.
chairs and they said, well, no, we got to do an application, come before the planning board. We filled out the application, and we had some back and forth and legal review on your end. We got the date for tonight. So that's kind of where we're at, and we just want to make sure that we get with the right board to be able to get the
Oh, I
language
understand.
on. Because what we don't want
Absolutely.
is, 10 years from now, we get a different
Bounce back
administration
and-
there.
Correct.
And all of a sudden, we don't have these restrictions. They want to put in a flying club there and a flight training, and we're annoying our neighbors. Like, we want to be good stewards of the land and our neighbors, and we've had, knock on wood, no complaints in, almost 30 years. We want to keep it that way and make sure that we keep control over, have limitations on what can be done there, so it doesn't go in a direction that either we might not want, depending on who's how it's being run, or the town. And that's really what we're just trying to do, is just get some academic paperwork done.
We do have to collaborate with the ZBA a little bit.
Okay.
Because their name was
Their
on.
name is on this, right.
The original, which still
So if you look,
is considered active,
So
even though the
do we-
2016 one
they
doesn't
didn't
have
say
those on.
this.
Okay.
Nelson said that. He was part of the plan.
But we're in the right place and we're doing the right thing.
No, I just want to make sure we're going down the right road,
For sure.
and that we, keep progress. And that's why I did the FOIL request last year and got all of our papers and went through it all, because
It did
What
come
he
from
should have
us.
done is
it took a lot of
Might have
time.
been before me.
Right.
referred the
Yeah.
verbiage as written by the
Right.
ZBA.
Yeah.
The planning board would adopt it. That's what he should have said.
Right.
But
We
he didn't.
didn't, so it came from the planning board, and then the ZBA took that verbiage and made it a condition.
Yep.
And that's our way, that's the way we understand it too.
Yeah.
And that's why when it's like, well, no, we're not gonna go there. I'm like, well, I just wanna make sure we don't go over there. And they go, well,
That verbiage.
you guys do it,
But it was Nelson from the planning board. These are the minutes.
And our goal is just to
get it right the first time.
Get it approved for like
Yeah.
what we want, and I have a proposal. I had to change what I sent you because I had Freetown Highway instead of road, sorry about
Yeah,
that.
no, that's okay.
And then we codified just a little bit about flight training being based there, because we do have members there that are certified flight instructors, and they go up with other members, and we don't wanna run afoul, so we wanna be very clear that there's not a flight training school. So that was the proposal, and all we really wanna do is just take our 16 map that has nothing on it, put that language on there that the
That's
town
the
says we
plan.
agree to.
Yep.
Have the engineer draw up a bunch of maps, give them to you guys, we, sign and date them, and we do the thing that we need to do, and then we say, okay, everybody's happy, and there we go. So that's what we're just trying to do. The easiest way possible without the, least headaches for you guys.
Totally understand.
Yeah, according to
I
the
think we need-
lawyer, it's saying we should utilize that 2016 site plan that they have.
Yep.
Yeah, because
But we don't
everything's
have
gonna
the
be
power-
the same, we're just gonna take that map.
I don't have the
and put
authority
new-
to waive these and have this not be on the
Right.
map. So I hate to do it, but I think I have to send you before the ZBA, and I will communicate with them and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for on my end, so I can get this approved, because you guys actually have your name on it. And see if we can,
Okay. So I'll give you this. This is the amended copy that I was telling you about that we did. The only thing we changed on that was changed Freetown Highway to Freetown Road in the scope of what language we wanted put on there. And the last paragraph of what we were proposing as the adopted language for the 2016 site plan, we put no flight training, commercial based.
so this is what's replacing this.
Number
Yes,
six.
that's
Okay.
that's the plan. Number 6 is to replace that verbiage that's in our old records for the planning board and the ZBA, because it's the planning board, ZBA, it's all over the place. But the only thing we added here was we took Freetown Highway, made it Freetown Road, and then the second to last sentence, no flight school training will be allowed to be based at 2NK9 instead of no training. That way it's very clear that we're not, what we're trying to eliminate, so there's no ambiguity.
Saturday sunrise to sunset, Sunday 7 a.m. to sunset, no flight school training will be allowed on this basis. Conduct the operation.
So it's very similar to
Very,
what we
very
had
similar, yeah.
before. It's just trying to keep it to, the only thing we really changed, we kept all the restrictions of the flight time, because in the summertime, sunup is like 5:15, we could legally fly, but, we want to be nice to the neighbors, so that's why, for Sundays, we put 7 in there just to.
And this makes you compliant with the FAA's.
It makes us
newer-
compliant with the new rules, and the thing is, we kept it a little bit more structured this way so that if the feds change their regulations in another 5 years, that's why we said any aircraft that's legally allowed. So as they keep changing, we have to keep staying up with it and making sure that the pilots keep their currencies and their certifications, but it allows us to fly. The limiting factor to what can actually operate out of that airport is the length of the runway. And because we have Freetown Road at the north, the thruway on the other side, and then we bought the south end property as far back as we could go, and then it's wetlands back there, we're locked in. We can't make the runway longer, which means we can't all of a sudden have, Gulf Streams and things like that coming in and out of there that would obviously annoy the neighbors. So nothing's really changing with the operations of the airport.
What can we do to make this as smooth as possible? Can we do this with a verbal communication with the ZBA, or does it have to go formally before the ZBA, be put on the agenda? And
I'm thinking it has to be on the agenda,
I
right?
think, yeah. I think it should be referred to the ZBA. Because I think that's what we're being.
And in the meantime,
Yeah, that's,
me have a communication.
Yeah.
with, Here's what's
Yeah.
coming, here's what we're looking to do. Just give us your,
right,
Let's draft a referral letter.
yeah.
yeah, and let me see it before it goes, and, yeah. I think that's gonna be the smoothest way.
Okay, and would that referral letter mean that we fill out the application and give the escrow, and then we come before them and present this, or that's gonna be presented internally from the town and just get an approval between your
I
intercompanies?
think within the town. I don't think we need further escrow.
Okay, so you guys would handle that, Liz or whoever's taking over her, I heard you're leaving, I'm sorry. Would then communicate that back and say, okay, come back before the planning board, we have everything we need internally, and then I can come back with the new maps if we agree to this language. Put that on the maps, and then we can say, okay, here's all your copies, all the sizes you need, and color copies and whatnot with the engineering stamps on it, and then we can do the modified resolution or whatever is needed to get it approved.
That's the way I see it going.
Okay,
Yep.
that seems very reasonable to us, and nice and easy. I like that. I tried to fill out the application, give you as much information and a scope of work to make it
Can I
easy.
keep this?
You can keep everything, yeah, I got other copies of that if you guys need it, but
It's in there? Okay.
this is, I
It's on the
give
back of his
one for you too, that's another revised copy of it.
Right, so I'm gonna have a conversation here.
Only thing I would request is that we just make sure we get the clean copy to them, that doesn't say Freetown Highway, and it talks about the flight
Right,
training
this one,
school,
yeah.
yeah, the one I gave you guys tonight.
Yeah.
This one.
Yep, the one I just handed out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I apologize.
If you sent that to me, they should have that.
What I sent you was the original application had highway, so I
That's
didn't send you a
highway.
revised, I can send that to you tomorrow. I can send you the revised, scope of work with that in
I
it.
may
Oh,
already have it.
So the one we have is
Which
not the
means
right
they
one,
may
because
already
this one
have it,
says
but I'm
Freetown
not
Road,
sure.
ours says Freetown Highway.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
this- the one
The one
you
I just
just
handed
handed
you
me
has the
is the
changes.
new
That's why I
one.
just wanna make sure
Okay.
that,
This is the good one.
yeah,
Okay.
that, not what's in your
That's the one in
packet.
my packet.
No,
That-
the one you just gave.
Yep, the one I handed
Got
you. So
it.
when we hand
Okay.
that to the ZBA, they send it back so we don't have a word in there and go, okay, oh, we gotta do it again, or, you know,
Got
They
it.
wouldn't send it back.
you know.
Okay. Got it.
So that's what the direction we'll go with it.
That sounds,
I
that
will
sounds,
reach out to the ZBA chair, have a conversation with them before you get to him,
okay.
them.
That sounds very reasonable to me. If there's anything I need to submit, whether we do need to do an application or if something changes, just let me know and I can get you whatever you need. But if we can do it internally and say, hey, we took care of it, just get us the new maps. For me, what's important is that we agree on the language, because I gotta pay the engineer.
You wanna do it one time?
Yeah, to make up the maps and get you all the sizes and the copies that you need and your color copies for your files. And say, okay, this is what we're doing, and then I'll go ahead and get that from our engineer and then get you the copy. So that's all I need is direction to say your verbiage is approved internally, and then just a date to come back with the maps.
Someone will reach back out to you.
That sounds wonderful
Yep.
to me. Do we have a
I'll
rough,
get that someone.
do we have a rough idea? Like, are we talking like a couple weeks, couple months?
You would be on the next ZBA meeting, which would be, I think that's June 25th. Our meetings are on Thursdays.
Now, do we need to appear in that meeting? Because you said you're gonna handle it internally, so do we need to do an appearance at that meeting, or?
They would always prefer for you to
Somebody to
for you
come.
to be there, or just for someone.
Okay, I mean, I certainly can show up, that's not a problem. You
Yeah.
said the 27th of June?
I think it's the 25th. It would be a Thursday. I think it's
What is it,
the
The
third?
fourth Thursday of the month, right?
the fourth, second and fourth Thursday. So we have
20
a meeting
25th is
in
the
a couple
4th.
days.
The 25th of June is the
25th.
next
Okay, so the
ZBA.
25th at 7 p.m.
Okay,
And right here again.
right here, and then, no application, no fees, I just show up and they're not gonna be like, why are you here?
No. 'cause
There
I'm-
is an application, there is a fee.
Well, what I was hearing is that we weren't gonna do an official application or fee, I mean, if we need to do it, I can do it, I just wanna make sure
We
I,
do need to do it.
okay. That's fine with me, I mean.
Process is the process.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you need, so, would you be able to mail me, I probably could find it on the website, but would you be able to email me the application tomorrow?
Absolutely.
I'll get that filled out,
Yeah.
and then application fee and whatever,
There's no escrow, so it'll just be one time, that's it.
application fee, okay. I can go ahead and get that, if you send that over, I'll get that back to
Of
you
course, I'll
and
send
get
it to
it,
you tomorrow morning.
great, and I'll get it back to you tomorrow as well, so,
So let me just chat with Rich here real quick while I still have you here.
okay.
So they're looking, this is the new verbiage.
Well, I read the letter from the building inspector.
Right. Because this ZBA conditions is on here, that's why he's gotta go back before the ZBA. In the meantime, I guess I would have a conversation with the chair and say, they want to just change the verbiage to this.
Yeah, well, they're only here because of the change in the
FAA
FAA
regulation.
regulations, right?
Right, correct.
So the attorney says we have to refer it back to the ZBA.
Because
what-
their name is on the
Right.
reg.
That's what could, right.
Okay,
That's what the attorney's telling
Okay.
me, and
all right.
I certainly don't wanna do anything I shouldn't be doing.
No, you don't.
So we'll make it as quickly as smooth as possible.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like a plan to me. Sounds like we got a course laid out, and I'll get that taken care of for you tomorrow. We'll get the dates only a couple weeks out, and then, we'll be here just to present to them the same thing. And at the ZBA meeting, will any of you be here, or you're sending an inter-office memo so they know, so I just don't wanna start from scratch with them.
I would be there.
Okay,
But she won't be.
She won't be.
She's leaving us. So
okay,
her replacement will be there.
okay. I'll just put the same information in the application, and I'll reference what we submitted here to the
Yeah,
planning
and
board to
I'll
them.
create a referral letter from the planning board, so, they'll have a lot of information.
Okay.
Anyway.
Will they get a letter, the same letter we got from our attorney, so they know why he's there too?
Yes.
I'll
Yep.
include that correspondence as part of.
Yep, give them everything. Once they have it, let me know that they have it, and I'll make a phone call and say, do you want to review this with me? Yes, no?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, and then the maps and everything will come back to you guys, not the ZBA, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Back to us.
yeah, we can do that. That sounds very reasonable and a path forward, so appreciate your guys' time tonight.
You are most welcome.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks.
So nothing's gonna change on the map other than the wording?
Just
the word.
Have a good night,
to
Mr.
be
Chairman.
Right.
You guys have any other questions for me? or-
No, you're
to make
good.
them in
Okay.
compliance with the
Thank you very much.
FAA regs.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm trying to do is the right thing.
Yep.
I was gonna ask, I know who you are. How you doing, John?
I'm part of this
Long
whole
time, yeah.
airport operation.
I heard you flew up there.
Yeah,
How you been?
pretty good. How are you all doing?
Ah,
I just came to support the group a little bit.
Thanks for
I
coming
told
in.
Steve I was coming over. He said to say hello.
Tell Steve I said hi. It's been a long time.
I talk to Charlie once in a while.
Oh, did you?
And Larry, I saw Larry once. We had a 50th reunion not too long
Yeah.
last year. So time flies.
Don't it?
Anyway, have a good night.
Take care, John.
See you folks. Thank you.
We went to school together. Let's see, so Hudson Valley Fires is right here. So, next is Mr. Braun.
Brune.
Brune.
Yeah,
Brune.
come on up,
Brune.
Mr. Brune.
No,
Come on up.
We don't want Mr. Braun.
No, we don't want
No,
Mr.
we don't
Braun, we want Mr. Brune.
That was like being in line in the bank, and everybody just moved me right up to being next.
There you
See? See?
They were all there
The
for moral
entire
support.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I need these two guys to smile. When I used to go to trial with somebody I arrested, I used to try to read the jury and the judge. And these guys right now look like they're, well, he's smiling, that guy looks like he's
Oh,
gonna
he's
hang me.
okay.
My daughter went to St. Rose.
Yeah, my son did, they closed it up.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Jerry Jacobowitz. I'm an attorney from Walden. My law firm is Jacobowitz and Associates, not to be confused with Jacobowitz and Gubitz, which was my prior.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're confusing me here a little.
I retired from there
Okay.
and decided I
You just
couldn't.
want to keep working.
Two things I don't do: vacuum and play golf. So what else was there to do?
You know law, so you stuck with it. Okay.
So
Stick
I'm
with what
here.
you're good at.
That's good.
I'm here on behalf of Mr. Brune. Okay, let me, can I open up these two maps? Okay, New York State Thruway, New York State Thruway.
Oh,
It's
this
split
it's
into two
split the
parts.
parcel.
A piece of land,
Oh, I
Which
remember
is-
this, yeah. Okay.
this triangle, and this parallelogram.
Okay.
They had one tax map number, which shouldn't have happened. Because physically, the two are
I
separate.
read that letter,
Yeah,
okay.
remember?
Physically, they're separate, they don't adjoin, there's no access between them. You've got the throughway between them. And the throughway did what they did by power of eminent domain. Nobody could say, do it, don't do it, or do it differently. And so Mr. Brune is the benefactor of history. What we're trying to
Bad
do is very simple. He wants to sell this piece to the neighbor
Okay.
Now, this piece next door, you've had in front of you
Yeah.
in connection with doing a storage facility and some other things. And we sent some letters about that on behalf of Mr. Brune.
Right, okay,
That were
now
all
it's coming back.
based, yes, they were all based on a reading of his deed that was erroneous. His deed included a right-of-way which did not exist, but the seller to him put it in the deed, and he then felt that he had an easement of the right-of-way. Well, when he came to see us, we had a chance to look back through all the records, and as try as we might, we could not find a basis for that easement. So,
It's on the last page.
so then what's the logical thing you do if you want to sell? You knock on the neighbor's door. So we did that, and we have an arrangement with Busey and Dorigo for them to buy this parcel of land.
Yeah, it makes sense, who else is gonna buy it?
Right.
He
Well,
was
if
just
you can use
take-
it for.
He was taking it anyway.
Yeah. So,
Taking it
okay,
anyway.
here, why are we here then? Because
The other piece that's separated
still
on the other
attached
side
to
of the
this.
thruway
This side.
is on the same,
So what is the plan for this piece?
here's
selling it.
here's the problem we need help with.
Okay.
This property here is under contract, and the attorney for the buyer of this property says he wants a lot, section lot and block number for
Okay,
this
but
property
it's all one.
before he'll close title.
Okay.
okay,
There's a section in the real property actions and proceedings law, I think it's 942, that allows the assessor to make the allocation of assessment and to make the allocation of the SBL between the two properties, and a new SBL is designated by the county. But the county says, we want to know that Plattekill is saying it's okay. So the assessor, when I met with her, I think it was March, 17th, give or take a couple days, I went over this with her, and she said, well, I'm not gonna do that because it may be a subdivision. And if it's a subdivision, I want you to go to the planning board. Okay, so is it a subdivision? I've read your code. It is not a subdivision. Any way you want to carve and slice it, it is not a subdivision. The definition of a subdivision, the definition of a subdivider, we don't come within any of that. The other part of it, the interesting part of the story, is that you were created on April 14th, 1969, your board. The authorization does not defines what your powers are, and it's as to a subdivision. And the subdivision is defined further down in the definitions. And that's in the letter, one of the letters that you guys should have gotten. If not, I have.
Well, according to our attorney here, he agrees with you that it should just be a lot line, and
Okay.
that you should submit an application.
Except this, we don't need a lot line change, because once you give us an okay that this is not a subdivision, the county, based on your assessor reporting that information to the county assessor, the county real property tax office, they will assign a tax map number to this.
just
We have to give
to
them-
this lot.
We have to give them a survey, we have to give them a meets
So
and
you have
bounds
to survey
description,
this,
we have to
Done.
give them a receipt for
You're
all
holding
real
it.
property taxes.
I have it all done.
We have to give them a certification from the county treasurer. All of what you have to do in any situation where you're sending a deed up to the county, because they'll get the deed to this that Mr. Brune is gonna sign. These folks are gonna be the grantees, they're gonna record the deed. Once they do that, then the assignment will be made section, block, and lot for this property.
What
Let
is
me-
the
let me
plan
ask
for the
this- let me
bottom part, though?
Let me ask this question. So, when the thruway was built, they subdivided the property, we weren't even in existence. So this is a subdivision by road prior to us being a board.
Yeah.
So,
They shouldn't need anything.
it shouldn't
saying
need
it's a
anything, we should
subdivision.
just be able to say, okay, this parcel is separate already. This doesn't need to be subdivided, because it was subdivided 20 years before we existed.
No, let me get back over here, I like him better.
So that's why.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm
Well,
just
Rich,
saying,
that's why
because,
the attorney said just do a lot line.
yeah, but that's still a subdivision.
It's still, you're right.
Oh, okay.
It's simpler
Subdivision is-
than that, basically. If you assign a section, block, and lot number to two separate numbers, then it's a done deal.
It's a done deal, and it's simple, he doesn't have to go through anything.
We just have to agree.
We just have to agree as a board that this is already a parcel as a whole. And the other piece on the other side,
This piece over here.
the county will assign him a number for that one.
What
Okay.
we're, yeah.
And we're all done, we don't have to go through any of this.
In
Nonsense.
an effort, you're saying on a full
Yeah, well, why
disclosure,
put him through it? I mean, it's not his fault it's like this.
in an effort of full disclosure, Mr. Brune owns this piece.
Over here, okay.
So this is the adjoining piece.
Oh, so that's to this
So
one, okay.
It makes sense to submit to the assessor a request to merge the two into one tax map number.
So you had this and all the way across the thruway
Yeah.
before eminent domain came
May I
in?
explain this map to her? Just for a
Yeah.
second?
Yes,
Give me a
please.
second. Alright, I have original maps.
You're
there.
explaining it to me too.
Alright, good.
Yeah,
I have original maps.
Okay.
This was an original line.
okay.
This was actually, what's the name of this road that he was just talking about? The guy with the
Thruway?
airplane?
Freetown Road?
Freetown, thank you. This was originally Freetown Road. This house here used to access this road. That right of way that you see right there actually come up to the original Freetown Road. They got rid of that.
Okay,
So when I bought this piece, I had two separate Lot A and Lot B, already in my deed with the right of way I've been fighting forever that I found I didn't have. So when I talked to the county tax assessor, because they told me, hey, just call real property to get this two separate tax numbers, I called to him, he told me to talk to the town assessor, all I needed was a letter from her, and he gave me the description of what to put in that letter to get, back to him. And he says, get new surveys made to, show what, so this is the new survey, because what I was just gonna do is exactly like you said, was a lot line change. This is all, making this all one piece.
Right.
And that a separate lot. So this way, I don't have to have two separate tax numbers, I can just have one tax number, and then he can have whatever tax number goes to that. So when I called the town assessor to give her that, she's like, oh, fine, no problem. 10 minutes later, she calls me back and says, board says you have to do a subdivision. So then you guys made me pay
Nah, she's mistaken.
$500.
No, they didn't make you do anything.
Yeah,
Just-
they made me
just
pay
hang on.
$5 for the
Just hang
lawyer
on.
to come back and say, why didn't you just do a lot line change? I
didn't
go,
make-
that's what I wanted to do in the beginning.
They have
So
a-
let me ask you this question then.
Yeah.
You're gonna merge this lot with this,
right.
Right.
so you'll have to come back to do that. Cause if you want this lot line removed, you'll have to come in and do a
Well, that-
lot line
That'll be
revision.
later.
I
I'm
don't have
just
to.
saying, so
No,
you
I don't
know
have
where you're
to.
at.
I don't have to. I
You
can
don't
leave it
want
two pieces.
Okay.
If whatever's easier, cheaper, whatever gets me out that door with a smile on my face.
We're working towards that.
We're working towards that.
Trying, we're trying.
When I first bought this, I was told it was $50 to $100 to do a lot line change. I should have done it back then.
Okay,
But I didn't think I was gonna have any problem.
so what we need from your board
I'm
is a
actually paying
letter
this out to give this
addressed
guy
to
this
the
property.
assessor saying that this parcel is not a subdivision and there is no requirement for planning board to take
Intervention,
action.
take action.
For her to do her job.
Okay.
And it's
That's
as a
easy.
typo.
You got that, Liz?
I got it.
Well, Nate's got
Rich, I
it.
do have one
I've been
question.
sick all
Nate's got a
weekend long for
question.
this. Oh, go ahead.
No, you
Rich,
I was.
Rich,
yes.
there was a previous case similar to this, and I thought the engineer told us that a natural delineation between a contiguous parcel that was forced upon it still requires a lot line revision. I thought that had happened previously in my tenure on this board, and I don't want to run afoul of a past decision we've made. Because I thought our engineer at the time said town of Plattekill did not recognize that as a natural divider. Now, I could be wrong, we might have to look back, but if memory serves correct, there was an instance that the town doesn't recognize it, so a lot line does have to be done.
Yeah.
I don't wanna swear to that,
How
but
much does a lot line cost? Do you know?
In the, Ernie, the blank application.
Yeah,
I
but
gave
you have-
does that ring a bell at all?
I have it.
shows the schedule
Yeah,
fees.
I
think
remember
it's like-
that, but I'm not
And I'm
sure what
not-
the timing of that is.
I just wanna make sure we're not,
I understand.
yeah,
That doesn't apply to us, though.
it might
That's
not.
not it.
Blank
Okay,
application.
because,
The only reason I
Yep,
bring it up
hang
is,
on.
okay, you raise a good point.
Yeah.
And
Got
I have
tangled
to
up in
tell
the
you,
minutes.
I think it was my
I think
daughter
it's like 200.
who was involved with that case.
that's, I'm having trouble remembering which case it was, but
Okay,
if
now I
memory
don't
stands
want-
correct.
You guys are
the
about-
engineer said
But there's a big difference.
There might be.
You guys were all about to get a Christmas card, but his name's not gonna be on it.
I,
What's his name?
Right there on the left. Schedule of fees.
The lot line.
$200.
Why is that so hard?
So,
So that was
What-
what you would have to pay to do
One
this.
answer.
if I
Now,
gave
the
you
law
guys the,
definitions
the,
don't
the
apply
map and the
prior
new,
to
the meets and
April
bounds, I
14.
think
the new description that I have with that, is that all I
and
need?
that's why that might not pertain.
I really don't, I can't fill this out. I looked at that last time and I got a headache.
That was.
Because half of it didn't even
Yeah,
apply to
I
me.
need
Recommendation how to
clarification from my
simplify this
engineer
whole
on that or
process.
our attorney.
Yeah, I just don't
I'm
get, I
afraid
just,
to make that since,
Well, but he did.
he
So-
said
Sent me-
a
I got-
line revision.
okay.
He says,
And you might be correct since it's
I'm
prior
fine
to
with a lot line.
Yeah,
that
he
date.
says
I don't know
no.
how
Make
I
this-
don't
make
know.
this
That's
one
what
line.
I'm
I don't
So
know.
it's one
Okay.
person talking at the time.
the letter from your engineer that they sent you guys, which
Yeah.
we got a copy of, thank you, by the way, for the courtesy. It's, should either submit a lot line change.
Yeah.
So he's not claiming it's a subdivision.
No, nor am I. I'm just
So-
saying, my
Nobody here is saying
understanding
it's a subdivision.
And you're right, if it's
That's what
prior to
started all
dating to
this.
the planning board,
You guys
that's
told me I
a
had to get a
whole
subdivision. Keep it
new
simple.
concept that I'm
Thank
not
you.
familiar with
That's
on
what
a
I wanna
particular
do.
issue.
Can I get my
It's-
$500
I'm
back from your
purely
lawyer?
basing it off of a past,
Please?
Probably not.
uh,
Once they get your money,
date,
you're done.
and that's all I've got to
I
base
can't
it off. I'm
afford
not
this.
saying it's correct based on this particular
It's
scenario.
Okay.
It's very fact specific.
Yes.
And the facts here are completely different.
Understood.
And
can't.
because
I'm
of
gonna
the
go nuts.
definition that they have here expressly for subdivision,
No, and I certainly
Said-
get that.
That
I'm
helps
just trying
alone.
to,
I
I
understand.
might need
I have a legal
clarification.
question,
That's
so
all.
maybe he
Let
can
me-
answer
Let
it.
me try to answer that.
This gentleman-
Mr. Joe, Mr.
Yes,
I have a legal question. So when the thruway came through and split the property, was there ever a covenant to run with the land or right of way or right of access? Was there anything like that?
we looked and looked and looked.
Yeah, I
What,
read
what
that.
the
They
thruway
couldn't-
did is they dug in a dirt road, this dirt road to this right of way, because they believed that this right of way just attached all these properties. And then they dug in another dirt road, there's a house on the other side of the thruway to them, and that's their driveway now. So that's what the thruway did.
Yeah, but they never granted it.
Right.
No, they went out
They
and did some
never
physical
legalized it
things
for 'em.
in the field, but they never documented it in writing as part of the taking of the property.
Okay.
So,
So they just left a big mess.
Yeah.
So just, here, okay, there we go. So,
okay,
I'm still trying to figure out how it's, you do a lot, how are you doing a lot line, how is this a lot line revision?
This map here,
You're,
let me show
it's,
this gentleman.
by
what he
by
has.
them dividing in half, it's an already
only
done
lot line
subdivision.
This is the other half
Right, I
of the
get it.
property. I own this. So what my plan originally, before all this mess was, is just to take this lot line right here and then move it to here. So this is just one lot, and this is one lot, and then this guy, DeRego can take this, and then I'll have that, and we'd be done.
Right,
That's what I
yeah,
thought,
so,
right?
oh, I know where this is,
Yeah, the cooler.
where that old cooler building is.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's already subdivided. So how do you do a lot line revision when something is already subdivided? Where are you gonna Unless you want, this is the only lot line revision you can do, because moving the lot lines anywhere else doesn't do
Well,
anything.
no, that was it. That was the thought.
Yeah, as far
Well,
as
no, I'm talking about what Nate's talking about.
the next,
Is our engineer recommended a lot line revision. I don't know how that fixes anything, because it's already divided.
Because
it may not fix anything.
that encompasses
But we, please,
this.
we wanna just get the subdivision issue.
Good, then this.
So we can, because.
Let's just write him a letter and saying that this
These
is
folks have been
done.
most patient with us, UC and Napoli. And
'Cause this
at
is
some
different
point,
kinda case.
they may change their mind and we're in a bad situation.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for tonight, all you want is a letter stating you don't need a subdivision, we'll worry about the lot line
If I
thing
move
at
this line
another
up to
time.
here,
Right.
that would have made this part of this lot, and then this would have been its own.
Yeah, but you still own it, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really, you don't
But
need to do that.
it has
Yeah.
the same
Hold on,
SBI.
Nate's got
Yeah,
your
I
first
just-
You
side.
still gotta get rid of that.
Yeah,
The only
yeah.
thing is, if you ever wanted to sell this whole parcel, you'd have to include that parcel.
Right. It's just I'm gonna get a new tax number for this.
Too many
But
conversations
are we
going
gonna
on
get
for
a
the
motion
recorder.
tonight? Are we
That's
gonna
what we
have
have
a
to figure
motion
out.
tonight? Because,
It's your minute.
Okay, so
but apropos to your question.
everybody needs
okay,
to stop talking.
If you look at the definition of subdivision, it's a division
not even
hereinafter divided.
I'm only joking.
Hereinafter, when? Hereinafter when?
She almost had it.
April 14, 1969.
No, I understand.
Because before that, there was no such thing as a subdivision regulation. So it's only for things that happened after April 14th, 1969. Okay?
Exactly.
That's the key
This
part of
happened in
it.
'56.
What I'm saying is, I understand. All I'm asking is, I think I want. I just, I'm trying to recall.
Put through hell
thought
with
we
this
were told.
lot. Put through hell.
Why do we want to bring it up?
He's the third attorney I had. All the other ones just threw their hands up and said,
Remember what
no.
project it was.
No, I'll make a motion.
Well, what we're gonna do tonight, we're
Yeah,
gonna make
fix
a
this,
motion
I'll make a
for
motion.
this,
We gotta
for
get
the
on the same page
subdivision.
before we,
And then,
Make a
after
motion,
we
I
do
believe.
that,
No.
they'll worry about the lot
No.
line at another time.
I would
No,
say
but that's
give
the lot line for
Each
this.
Right,
separate
right.
lot number.
I'm
and go.
trying to recall if.
That's up
if
to-
a
Can we-
road acted as a subdividing line, or if the township didn't classify that, and that's why you needed the lot line despite it being separated. And I understand prior to us,
Is that legal?
if that overrules that precedent, and that's the only reason why I'm saying, part of me wants to get clarification. I'm not trying to hold it up, I'm just trying to be consistent.
We've never had a case like this.
No, that's why I'm asking to reach out to our professional from a previous case that was similar.
The problem with reaching out to them half the time is they're gonna just stir this pot again, and we're gonna be back here at another meeting talking about the same thing again.
But I'm trying not to start
I'm not
bad
worried that this is
precedent.
ever gonna come back to bite us anywhere, because it's never gonna happen again. Unless there's somebody else with property along the thruway.
I know, I understand.
Like the big green barn.
Yeah, well, that was their fault. They
So
should
what
have known
is-
better.
So, Rich, what is what are we doing
This-
tonight for the
Well,
applicants?
I'm gonna make a motion that we write a letter, and somebody can second it, and then we can continue talking. We write a letter to the assessor saying that this property was subdivided by the thruway prior to zoning, and that is,
No subdivision approval.
no
is needed.
subdivision approval is needed because it was done prior to zoning. And she can just write the letter to the county, because the county's willing to do it. She's willing to do it if we tell her it's okay. And this thing just goes away and we're all done. Because if we keep dragging this out, you may lose the sale of the property.
I'll second that.
And that's what's, okay, you seconded it?
that's a
Okay, but I wanna
long
kiss you.
motion.
Well, it's gotta be detailed. So if somebody comes in, because somebody that worked for you when you were there, Mr. Capella, said, always make sure you detail everything when you write it down. Especially on zoning board stuff. So, that's my motion. Did we write a letter to them saying that this was done prior to zoning in 1956, and there's no records available from the thruway, and we're okay with this?
And I have a second.
I'll second it.
You seconded it.
On a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank
I
you.
want
I
Thank
just
you.
want you, your life.
No, I'm.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to be
What I've been going through,
consistent
I'm
with
actually
but you're
paying
correct,
now
this
for
is
him to have his
prior to
property.
zoning.
That's how far
And
into
that's
this I
why
am.
I
Really?
was
You're paying for
curious to
him
reach
to have-
out
Yeah, I'm only
to
selling
give
for
a full story
20,000.
to our professional.
But I've been
to
paying
weigh in.
lawyers for the
I
fight for
understand you're an
the
attorney.
right of way.
I-
That
no, I'm
everybody's been saying, well, you don't have a
I'm
right of
just
way, but I'm
trying-
like, it's
We've
in
been
my
on
deed.
tender
I'm like, well, no.
since March 17th.
So, and then he just bought the property and he just started taking it. And he wanted to put a
Assessor.
racetrack, so I was like,
This
all
is
right,
the first time
you
I'm
know,
aware.
I don't care, I
we
don't,
tried
hey,
every
do
which
whatever,
way.
I'm offer whatever you wanna do. And then he wanted to buy it. He goes, well, what do you want? I go, it's like over 3 acres, 10 grand an acre. But then they changed, and so now he just started moving in and taking, he's got a fence
Well,
up
that
now.
would be him.
Yeah. Oh, I don't begrudge anybody.
I didn't even know there was a piece there, so
Yeah.
now
So,
it's done.
May I ask you guys a question, aside from all this? How long would a lot line change be and what is entailed? Since I had the descriptions and the
Doesn't take
maps
long.
already done. So that when the tax assessor gives me a new, so he could just say, okay, here's a new tax ID number for all that.
That's not
Yeah.
the way it's done. You have to give a letter to the assessor requesting a merger of the two parcels to one parcel. That goes to the assessor.
Right.
She has the power under 942 to grant that, subject to whatever.
The board
Well,
does.
that was the
The
original thing.
board,
I
the
talked
board
to the
has to
assessor.
remove the
So-
line.
So at this moment, there's nothing more we need from these folks.
no.
It's gonna come to them via the assessor.
Go
if-
have a beer.
If you decide to do it. You may decide not to do it.
Right.
Okay, so that,
But that's good,
Okay.
because the one parcel does have a section block and lot number.
Yeah,
So
but they've gotta
now,
reassign it now
When they
anyway.
get stuck together, they will have the same number.
Yeah, well, he says that we have to reassign a new number anyway, which I didn't mind. I just figured we'd do it all now, since we're doing it all now.
Yeah.
my suggestion is that I would provide to your secretary. Are you Liz?
I am
That's Liz.
Okay, hi, nice,
Hi.
thank you for your courtesies.
You're very welcome, Mr.
To define this piece, maybe I'll give her the map. She can put it, attach it to the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll-
Didn't you
I will be
submit
in touch
a
with you
map
to
to the
help.
assessor?
I don't know which map he has. I got so many maps.
This one.
That one?
Then you better give one.
That's the updated one.
So that's good.
Yeah, that's what.
By the
I
way,
think- I
the
think plan
assessor
was-
has
Pat's idea
all
was to
of these
move this lot
maps.
line
Of
either
course.
here or to here, so they would have.
Deeds
the whole
and
thing.
the
Of course,
whole
Jerry,
shebang.
Jerry,
Well, we can't-
this map
yeah,
is
but
the one
can't
that
because
already attaches my lot to
they-
the new one. That's fine?
Yeah, you can't do that.
That's what I thought.
We'll get that
the plan was.
Okay.
Lot
You
line.
can't do that.
Thank you,
because
gentlemen. Have a
Thank
good
you.
If you
night.
go to buy this is still one lot. Until,
But-
until they all fix it and
Thank
came.
you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you, man. That was probably you.
I'll wait for that Christmas card.
Thank you. It's a pleasure
you are
meeting you.
welcome, yes.
Thank you. You're not getting your name.
Now they're gonna be two.
I love you.
That's it.
It's done. It's just,
I
give it a number.
You were
I like
somebody
keeping
when I
things
first walked
simple.
in,
Just-
somebody's daughter.
We're not building anything. on
I
it.
am
It's just-
someone's daughter.
She definitely is someone's daughter.
Here.
Yeah, he used to be on the board.
I hear you leaving?
I am leaving.
All right. Good. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing,
But-
It's a bad thing for us,
bad
maybe
thing
a
for
good
us.
thing for her.
Help
Very
out a
bad
little
thing
bit.
for us.
St. Rose Dad, huh?
but. Yeah, that's
See you,
right.
Kenny.
Thank you.
All right,
This has been going on
minutes
for too long.
or
This was
vouchers?
dragging out.
And there's other properties like that, apparently, there's one, on like the Big Green Barn.
The
Voucher, she got one.
Thruway
I had it
did
in
a
my
lot
hands.
of that back in the day.
It's,
And if
Oh,
they
hi,
didn't,
Kathy.
if they didn't fix all that stuff,
you guys are kidding me.
I mean, how many lots did the thruway go through in its length?
Thousands. 1954.
It's
That was
like
a
when
good
you
year.
come up out of Newburgh and
That was a
Dabrowski's
good-
orchards on both sides of the road.
But
But you can't get from this orchard to that orchard
And
because
come
they
for
didn't
10 years
provide them with an
later.
access.
And then they paved the road, and you could drive on it
Where are they?
in different places, because there was no
What are you looking
toll.
for now?
My new vouchers.
Yeah, now you can't drive on it because they don't pave it.
Here,
You got the
The
new
road's
one?
horrible.
yeah, I have this one and this one, but you can use that one if you'd like. Joe, did you review 26?
Yes, I did.
Are we good to go on it?
Yes, we're good to go. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know about you guys.
Okay.
I just know that it's not the Bronx subdivision, it was the
You-
Braun subdivision.
Nate's
Braun.
got
Oh,
some.
Louis.
I saw that.
Braun,
Nate's
Louis
got
Braun,
stuff
yeah.
on it too anyway.
I
And
got
did-
your corrections.
Did you copy and paste the letter from the respondent?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay, I was
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
you did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nate has a few things for the
I
minutes
actually
first.
don't have a copy of the minutes on me.
Okay. Do you want me to just email?
For literally
I-
the
I'll-
first time ever, I don't have my own copy.
Would you like?
Oh,
That's
there
it,
you
you're
go.
fired.
Eric? All right, go right ahead.
On page 7, line 4,
Which,
it was referring to
26.
height, so should we add 8 feet, or should we add feet next to 8?
I can do that, yeah.
Okay.
If that's what you said.
Yeah.
7 line 4.
Did I say it or did I not say it?
Either way, I'm gonna put it in brackets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put it.
Brackets are safe in the
Because
grammar
Pat made a reference to 1,000 acres, and she meant gallons, but,
I saw that,
yeah.
I saw that.
So you gotta put down,
I've done those a couple times where someone said something, but they actually like mean something else.
right, so you can put it in brackets.
Yeah, brackets are safe.
Yeah, okay.
What else you got?
One more. Hang on 1 second.
And you probably saw, Joe, the last part of the meeting that I warned you about where Pat and Joe Berger were like talking back and forth. It
Yeah.
kinda got like dicey in there.
Yeah, we're still, you're pretty much right on, I didn't notice
I was.
anything there, so, good job.
You can only do so much with that. Not half the time.
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
Good stuff.
It's it? Okay, I will make a motion to accept the minutes of the Tuesday, May 26, 2026 meeting with the noted corrections.
Second?
On the vote?
Aye.
I abstain.
Opposed? Carried.
And then we only have a couple of vouchers.
5, 6, I think. Okay, we have a voucher for MHE Engineering for work done on Wakabayashi in the amount of $298.20.
What?
That's the
Wakabayashi.
glamping on
Yeah.
Fossil
Fossil
Carter
Road.
Road. The 9-unit hotel with the 6 bungalows.
Oh, the lady that was here that time.
Yeah, the conceptual.
Right.
She actually emailed me, she's gonna be coming back, around mid to end
It's a
July.
conceptual, that's why it's not on there.
Oh, it's a conceptual. Give me that dollar amount again.
$298.20.
That's the one I need.
Here, go, have that.
I'll make a motion, we pay MHE Engineering the sum of $298.20 for work done on Wakabasabi SP on Foster Road.
Second.
On the vote?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I wasn't gonna try
And
to
that's
say
why
it.
they added 300 too,
no.
just to cover it. Because one of my sheets.
Yeah,
are good.
the original was like for $900, so they were able to
Okay.
accommodate the fact that we don't collect escrow for.
No, I'm stealing your second copy, you have them there.
I always forget, is it this or is it this?
Which I told them, hey, if you need us to start collecting escrows for conceptuals, like, let us know, we'll do
I
it.
thought we were supposed to be doing
I
that.
think we definitely should.
I thought the fee was supposed to cover that.
It's supposed to, sometimes, evidently it doesn't.
If we're lucky.
Oh, how much is the fee? This,
Well, it was originally like 900 something, so I reached out and I said, you know, we don't collect escrows, we only take $300 for the application fee. So,
and generally it comes.
but they were able, they shot back another voucher, so we're able to cover it and we're all good.
So
Okay.
question before we move on, since now this is $298.20, that's only gonna leave them $2.80. Do we now have to, if they come back to, or
$1.80.
$1.80, if they come back to us, then we would ask for more money?
Correct.
Well, that's just the conceptual.
Right,
So
right.
if they
So-
come back to us, they're gonna come with an application fee, an
And all
escrow, the whole nine.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, got it.
A voucher for MHE Engineering for work done on Workshop Storage LLC in the amount of $268.05.
I make a motion, we pay MHE Engineering for work on workshop, what?
Storage.
Workshop Storage LLC in the amount of $268.05.
Second?
On the vote?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Voucher for MHE Engineering for work done on the Ridge Yard in the amount of $806.75.
I'll make a motion, we pay MHE Engineering $806.75 for work on the Ridge Yard.
Second?
On the vote?
Aye.
Opposed?
Now, they
Carried.
only have $951. Are they almost done with us, or will we need to ask them to?
No,
do
they're
money?
gonna need to have more
We're
money.
gonna need more money.
Okay, so do we need to make a motion to?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we notify Ridge Yard to send us a check for their escrow in the amount of,
2,500.
I was gonna say 2,000, 2,500?
2,500.
$2,500.
Second.
On a vote?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried?
Just to make
We have a
sure.
voucher for MHE Engineering for work done on Zelenak, 44 Old East Road, in the amount of $586.25.
I make a motion, we pay MHE Engineering for work on Zelenik in the amount of $580.25.
Second.
On the vote?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried?
We're going to be tabling a voucher for MHE Engineering for work done on Richmond 75 Alhusen Road, as the escrow is not enough, but we'll make a motion. Liz has reached out to request more funds, so as long as that covers it, I don't know if we need a motion, because they've been
Yeah, how
notified.
much did you reach out for, Liz?
I asked her for $1,000.
They're gonna need more.
They're gonna need more than that, but I suppose,
It's a starting point.
it's a starting point.
Uh,
When they come in, we'll have to have a talk with them about, because that's gonna cover this, but they got a lot more to go.
They'll be back to $950 left. in it.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
So I'll second Nate's motion on
Table.
request, on tabling the Richmond voucher
Okay,
on the vote.
on the vote? Aye.
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 Voucher for MHE Engineering for work done on TEG Federal Credit Union in the amount of $603.80.
I make a motion, we pay MHE Engineering $603.80 for work on TEG Federal Credit Union.
Second.
On the vote?
Aye.
Aye.
They must have somebody buy the property.
Opposed? Nobody?
I was wondering about that too.
You don't go through that unless you got somebody buying it.
Old business with regard to the Great Pyrenees rescue, we received
Give that back to
6
you.
cards in the mail after the public hearing. Do not have my sheet that I used that night. I still have to find it, but it looks as if they are all addresses that were identified in the previous set of mailings. But I'd like
So it
to.
could be duplicates.
Yeah, I think so. I would like to table it until next meeting. I'm gonna try to find that sheet. If not, I'll just go through all of them again,
Sounds good to me.
and then we'll put these in as additionals with the previous set.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, so here's the question, since it's unfortunate that this is moving, do we have any prospects?
The posting just went up today,
We'll have until the 15th.
yesterday.
When did you announce it?
Yesterday.
They're not gonna find anybody to.
So they want applicants, they want the application submitted before the 15th of June.
Was it because we
Or
made
by the
too many
15th of
changes
June.
on the?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
exactly what pushed her
she
over
would
the
have
edge.
quit the first night here with Tom.
No.
We have nothing else.
Tom
to
here,
know.
you would have quit.
Service while you were
I wanted to quit.
All right, we can, if we want to talk about this, we can adjourn the meeting and
Yeah?
go from there.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Second,
Second.
on the vote?
Turn
Aye.
that thing off.